Greetings and salutations, and welcome to Flintlocks and Fireballs, where a handful of mad actors will attempt to survive the yet unknown landscape of Christmas-themed Shia LaBeouf. With me, as ever, I am currently your Shia Master Ellie Sparrow. I have never been before, but now I am. And I have with me Robbie, Christmas Pudding Bellicom, Samuel, Mince Pie Burns, and Jason, overcooked fucking Brussels sprout Phelps. I forgot your second name.
Forgot my surname. Would you almost call me Jason Overcooked Brussels Sprout Sparrow?
Yes. I just forgot how to speak. I'm really nervous. Shut up. Okay. So as a little PSA, it is the second time I have ever DM'd anything. And I'm stupid enough to do it on air. We were going to do a full-on like Dungeons and Dragons one-shot. I was like, yeah, I read a one-shot, and then real life went mental and I didn't. So we're now doing Christmas Shire.
Christmas!
It will be a timed 1 hour Shia LaBeouf special in which I shall try and kill as many people as possible. If you're not familiar with the rules of Shia LaBeouf, I guess we should do a rundown of that, shouldn't we? So basically, if you haven't watched the music video, Actual Cannibal Shia LaBeouf, now is probably the time to pause this and watch that. So that you
Best
understand.
4 minutes of your life.
4 minutes of your life that you will not need to get back because they will not have been wasted. But basically, there is a joke that Shia LaBeouf is an actual cannibal. Yes, the Hollywood film star. No, there's not another one. This is as stupid as it sounds. Yep. And basically, this game is sort of like a horror RPG where Shia LaBeouf is the main villain, basically. And it is, as written in the rules, pretty much entirely improvised. So no prep goes into this. It is a D6 system. Each player has 5 lives, basically. And whenever I want them to make a check, they roll to see if they do. And if they roll more than the number of lives that they have, that's a fail. And if they fail, maybe they lose a life, basically. These lives are also referred to sometimes as blood tokens, which I realise I should do, because that's what it says in the actual rules of the game. Mm-hmm. But also, they start off with literally a name, a character description, and 1 object. There are some slight restrictions on the object. They cannot be, for example, a working mobile phone, or, like, a gun filled with unlimited ammunition, or anything that would, like, just solve the situation outright. Like, you can't just go in with a fucking grenade and put it in Shia LaBeouf's mouth. That's not really how it works.
It wouldn't work. He'd survive.
He would survive. So...
If anything, probably could start with a grenade because you don't get more of them.
That's true. You could start with, like, 1 grenade.
Yeah.
Fair. Yeah. I mean, that would be creative, actually. I would like that. But yeah, and this one is Christmas-themed. So, yeah, I think we can probably just start, can't we? Oh, God. Okay, ooh. So, do we need to do announcements from the future or anything?
I don't know. We could give a brief pause and see.
Future us, do you have anything to say?
Everything's on fire and Santa has stolen Christmas.
I didn't hear anything, so I assume not.
They have nothing to say for themselves, do they?
Maybe we all just went deaf for a second and we didn't know.
Maybe we did in Future Us.
Oh.
Spooky already. And on that note of spookiness, it is time for Flintlocks and Fireballs.
Our land stands on the sleigh bell's edge. Our reindeer are stuck in a hedge.
Oh no.
Gifts are costly, nothing's free. The Christmas day is short, you'll see. So gather your tinsel, gather your lights. We'll sing along on Christmas nights. We'll have mulled wine, mince pies and beer. And we'll all spread some Christmas cheer. Christmas cheer.
So... Are we starting or not? What are you doing?
Robbie has drawn a gold Sharpie dick on my deck
rubbed
notes.
out the one I didn't pencil.
I mean, you're a fool, Jason.
Good luck getting rid of that.
Don't rub out people's art. It's very beautiful. Anyway, I'm the DM. Shut up. So, it is Christmas morning. The last thing you remember is going downstairs.
I'm sorry.
The last thing you remember is going downstairs, looking under your Christmas tree, and seeing a present.
Ooh.
Among other presents, this one stood out somehow. And you looked at it and it wasn't labelled, and you don't remember anyone bringing it into your house. So, of course, being fucking stupid, what did you do?
I opened it.
You opened it!
It's
Clearly!
it's a present.
Obviously!
Probably.
And you opened it, you looked into the box, and that's the last thing you remember.
Ooh.
And you wake up, and half of your face is in this, like, pile of white stuff. At first glance you think it's snow. It's not jizz, Robbie.
That was the first thing we thought of.
No, at first glance you think, oh, it's snow. And you look up, and the ceiling is all white. Everything's white around you. There's a Christmas tree in the corner. There's a little sort of wooden hut with tinsel. There's a big candy cane sticking out that says the North Pole on it in big letters. Maybe you're in the North Pole. But then wait. It's not the North Pole. This isn't snow. It's bits of shitty, cheap polystyrene. That tinsel, it's not proper North Pole tinsel. You don't know how you know, but you just do know. And suddenly there's a like an intercom. And over the intercom, bad Christmas music begins. And you look up, and you see that there are 2 other people there.
Oh God,
Everybody,
I'm
would
back
you
at
care
work
to describe
again.
yourselves?
So, picking himself up from the polystyrene is Shane from packaging.
Okay.
Shane is 5'11", kind of mixed race fellow. He's got kind of dull brown hair. Speaks like this. Has about as much personality as you would expect, and he has under his arm a large wrapped unopened box. That's my item. I don't know what's in the box. At an appropriate time I will probably open the box and maybe there'll be something in it, or maybe it'll just be a box.
Are you literally giving me that level
I'm
of power?
giving you that level of power.
That's hilarious. Excellent.
And I sort of get up, I sort of brush my hair a bit, some of the polystyrene out of it. I look around and say, this isn't Debden. What's going on?
Listeners, me and Robbie are laughing because we used to live in Debden and it's rough as shit.
It's not the nicest
Yeah, if
place.
you're from Debden, I'm so sorry. I doubt it, but if you are, I'm sorry.
Yeah. One of my neighbours got stabbed there, and everyone just came out to watch as it got taken away. So.
No, your time's died now, so describe your character. Hurry, quick.
So, yes, there was a very tall gentleman, golden brown skin, in a suit with huge buttons down the front, 3 big purple buttons.
Oh no!
I've got a walking stick, which is red and white stripe,
Oh wow.
and a big smile. Oh, this is lovely. I like this.
Oh, hello.
Hello.
You've got a very interesting walking cane there. Hi, I extend a hand. I'm Shane from packaging.
Hi, I'm Mr. Breadman.
Ah, that's nice to meet you, Mr. Breadman. Oh, look at that! Look at that heap of polystyrene. It's moving.
Oh, it's another person emerging from the polystyrene. Who could it be? Samuel Burns. Describe your character, please.
Okay, so you see this guy. He's maybe in his mid-40s. He has a quite pronounced bald patch on top of his head, which he quickly covers up with an elf hat. He is wearing green and red kind of stereotypical Christmas elf get-up. He's maybe about 5'2". If you imagine sort of in a similar build to like Danny DeVito.
Excellent.
And he has a very pronounced also like 5 o'clock shadow as well, and he looks thoroughly miserable. He's like, oh God, I dreamt I got up and went to work and I did a whole day's work and now I have to go and do the whole thing again.
I
This
can
is
confirm
bollocks.
that you are back in work. That is where you are.
Okay, he has like a little it's almost like dungarees pocket on the front of him, and out of it
that's so
you can see poking out of it there is a box cutter. He looks like the saddest Santa elf you've ever seen. He has he has a little bell on the back of his little elf hat and little bells at the tips of his curly shoes.
Oh. Hello. I'm
Hello.
Shane from packaging, and this is Mr. Breadman.
You can call me Ginger.
Well, my name's Brandon, but I suppose we should go by our professional name. So, hi, I'm Sparkles, and I'm part of the hospitality team. Are you more temp staff?
Sure.
Intercom goes off. He sees you when you're sleeping. He knows when you're awake. Roll
I
save.
hate this song.
Success.
That's Christmas music.
I rolled a 5. That's a success, isn't
Awesome,
it, at this
yep.
point? Yes.
Samuel?
2. That is also a success.
Okay, you're all successful.
Oh no, it's
You feel
like...
rattled, but nothing terrible happens. And
no.
suddenly, walking up to you, there is there's quite a young girl, maybe 16, bit spotty, dressed as an elf, horrible little curvy hat with a bell on the end that sort of goes ding, ding, ding as she walks. She's got a name tag on, similar to Brandon's, that says, it's one of those like shop name tags. It says, "Hello, my name is Sprinkles." Because she's an elf,
Sprinkles,
so we're going
yep.
by professional names. I like this precedent that you've set. And she's walking with a little bit of a shuffle. A little bit of a shuffle going on in the walk. Maybe the head's at a little bit of a funny angle. She's shuffling over to you at a bit faster than you'd expected her to be moving, if we're honest.
Hello.
Hello.
What's your name?
She tries to take a bite out of Ginger.
Oh, hey.
Use my cane to push her back. 5 again. That's
Okay, you managed to
this
scoot
one's-
out of the
this
way.
one's too
I'm
dodgy.
going
moving on
to
the
I'm
next
going to move over
D6.
towards the large polystyrene North Pole candy cane, and I'm just but before I try to do anything with them, I'm just going to say, please stop that. That's very impolite, and it's causing me some social anxiety.
You don't get to roll for that. That doesn't do anything. She's coming at you, her arms are out.
I'm gripping the candy cane. I'm
grab her around
really
the
going
neck.
to ask you to please step back.
I'm gonna use
Okay.
my cane to grab her around the neck and pull
Oh,
her
excellent.
away.
Roll for that. Go.
5 again. I've rolled nothing but 5s. This one's
Huzzah!
going away as well.
At this stage,
Yeah, it's fine, but I don't trust those ones. They're too risky.
Okay.
you have a whole selection of dice out.
She
D6
bats
is
your
out.
cane out of the way, goes, and then carries on towards. What's your face? What's your name?
Shane.
Shane.
Yeah, okay, Shane is going to pick up, is just going, I'm very sorry, and attempt to wrench the giant candy cane out of the ground and beat her with it.
Go for it.
That was a 3, that's a success.
Okay, you hit her in the face, it goes. There's a horrible squishing noise. Blood sprays everywhere, it's in your face. It's on the tinsel, it's on the snow, it's like a fucking horror Christmas movie, god damn it.
Not very darling.
Oh, I told you, I like my personal space!
Intercom comes on. He knows if you've been bad or good, so be good for goodness sake. Roll a save.
2, fine.
3.
5. I'm okay.
Okay, you're
This
alright.
is reminding me far too much of Sunday school.
Suddenly the
Yeah.
hole in your hand, Shane, it starts sort of hissing.
I look down at it slowly.
It's got a fucking face, it tries to bite you.
5, success. I'm gonna just shove it out of my hands onto the ground.
Yeah.
Okay, I am going to attempt to... if this is going, like, uncoiling snake-like,
Yep, that's what's
I'm going to
happening.
attempt to cut the head off with my box cutter.
Go for it. Roll.
Hey, that's a 5!
Hey, you do it. You cut its head off. It's kind of disturbing. Like it does the whole like death throes thing that worms do. You know when you like accidentally halve a worm and the worm just sort of wiggles horribly. This
Yeah.
goes on for like slightly too long for you to be entirely comfortable
Is
with
it bleeding more polystyrene?
No, it's bleeding. Sort of like peppermint syrup as far as you can tell. Maybe. I mean, you can taste some if you want.
Yep.
Roll
I mean,
save.
Cool. course.
It's all right.
I mean, for you, Breadman, this is practically cannibalism.
3.
Okay, you're fine.
Huh.
The rest of you
Minty.
see Ginge do this, and it's disturbing, but nothing else particularly happens.
I'm going to have a look in this here grotto. Would anyone like to join me?
What, the wooden hut grotto?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this
Okay.
seems
Go through
sensible.
the door, poke the door open with my cane.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick up the corpse of the snake candy cane and drag it after me.
Yeah.
As
That's a little grim.
I need an improvised weapon.
Are you all going into the grotto?
I'm going to poke the door open and look.
Alright.
I'm gonna stand behind.
It's a very cute grotto. There's a little chair for Santa to sit on. There are presents. There's a Christmas tree. You know, the carpet is like Christmas colours. It's red and
I've
green.
watched too much Doctor Who for this not to be all
Yeah,
worrying.
there's baubles.
Christmas trees are always evil.
Yeah, the Christmas music's still on. It's all very nice. There's a little roaring fire going on.
I don't like fire.
Oh.
Is that like an open fire?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm
I-
safety conscious.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, usually it's just little bits of flapping pieces of paper.
I'm just gonna look around outside of the hut. Is there are we in like a big room? Is there a door, or is it just open polystyrene landscape as far as the eye can
It's
see?
not open polystyrene landscape as far as the eye can see. It's quite big, like disturbingly big. But you can see eventually that there may or may not be shelves full of Christmas shit. Because you are in fact in a really big shop.
Right.
Yeah, and there's like, if you look really hard, you can see there's tills, there's like blue and yellow signs saying what aisle they are. You can't read them from here because this Christmas grotto is implausibly big, apparently.
Oh, I haven't got my glasses.
But yeah,
Does the outside of the house match up to the inside? In
yes.
terms of size? Okay.
Has anyone stepped into the house yet?
No.
Peering through the top.
Right.
I'm going to throw a handful of polystyrene in.
You throw a handful of polystyrene at it.
Yeah.
Christmas music stops.
I'm sorry.
The house goes.
Oh,
and
that's terrible.
8
try and shut the
legs
door.
from
That'll
under the
make a
house come out 8 times. And it sort of raises itself up like it's a fucking house spider.
Hello.
Its door opens into
house
Gingerbread's
spider.
face and it goes basically.
Oh.
And just out of the top window, a familiar face in a Santa hat opens the window and goes, "Merry Christmas."
Merry Christmas.
And then goes back in and the house starts fucking
nice young
walking
man.
towards you like it's in The Exorcist and the Christmas music comes back on.
I have to ask,
Oh, no.
are the limbs striped red and white?
Yeah, we're going to say yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Oh, you
fucking
gotta be
coming for
fucking
you.
kidding.
Run as fast as you can, Mr. Breadman! I'm going to break into a run.
Who is
I will
the
run.
nearest?
I mean, you
probably.
were at the door.
Okay,
Yeah.
The door, all around the door, there's a noise and suddenly loads of teeth just come out and it tries to take a bite out of you with its house door mouth thing. Do you roll?
1.
Okay, you're fine.
I'm a very
Okay, yeah,
fast
I'm running.
runner.
I am
Yeah.
running.
Yeah, just running for the shelves.
Yeah.
The
I am
safety
running,
of
and
the
I'm about
shelves.
to. I'm already drafting a very strongly worded letter to HR.
Excellent.
Okay, that's a 1.
Roll to draft
That's a
your...
really strong letter.
4, I'm fine.
I would like you to roll to draft your letter.
Okay.
See how good it is.
Fuck you. Strong letter to follow. Oh, that's a 6. I fail. I have not.
You're so
I-
distracted by writing your strongly worded letter that the fucking house comes over, and basically it's a bit like a rhino. It's sort of like goes forwards as though the roof is its head, and it tries to sort of do the rhino thing where it spears you on its horn with the chimney kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it like runs forwards and does a bit of a charge and just like bashes you, and you take a point of damage and you lose a fucking blood token.
Oh no.
I'm trying to
Okay.
distract the house with one of my gumdrop buttons. Pull a button off my suit and chuck it away.
Try it. Give it a go.
4. So yeah, that's alright.
You're sort of giving it a tasty offering.
Yeah. In a different direction.
The house goes, eh? And it looks over at the gumdrop button, and it has a good old sniff of it. Feel free to run away.
Keep
Oh
running.
yeah, now we
running,
continue running. We're going to try and get to these shelves. Maybe we'll find more there.
Yeah. Okay. The shelves. Which aisle do you go to? There's many an aisle. There's baubles. There's candy canes. There's just treats. Just an aisle that says treats. No particular other description.
I like the sound of treats.
Okay.
I'd like to try and climb up on top of the shelves.
Okay.
I'm going to travel along on the ground level, but near Mr. Breadman. On account of not wanting to get separated under these conditions. I'm also going to look back somewhat disconcertedly at the fact that Sparkles there just got kind of essentially bludgeoned / impaled by a fucking chimney.
Yeah, there's a big fucking like wound sort of in his shoulder where the chimney has almost gone through a little bit. There's not a hole in him exactly, but there is a decent dent, one would say.
Yeah.
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 Am I still able to run down the same aisle that the other two are?
Yeah, you can run.
Going
You're not that
down?
injured. You're a bit injured, but you're not like dying. You know, you've been lost a fifth of your life.
Under the circumstances, I'm going to look and see on the treats aisle if there is any candy floss.
By the way, you hear a little from over where the house is. It's turned around. It's bored with the gumdrop. It's coming.
I'm going right up the shelves.
Excellent.
I'd like to search around for any, basically any cotton, any candy floss or similar cotton-like material, something fabric-y in this sweets aisle.
Roll a search check. Why not? Let's see if you find any.
Oh shit, that was a 6.
You do not find any candy floss, and you get yourself a big paper cut. Not enough to give you a loss of blood because I'm not that mean.
But now it's got my scent.
Yeah.
There's now blood in the air. More blood in the air.
More blood in the air. I'd be concerned if you weren't already horrendously injured.
I'm going to look
Intercom
around
goes
and see.
off.
Okay.
You better not shout, you better not cry, you better not pout, I'm telling you why. Save.
Oh shit, 6!
6!
3.
You have a moment and you feel like your head is just going to explode. You feel like these words just go straight through into your skull, and you put a finger up to your nose and there's red on your finger and you think it's blood, but actually it's fucking glitter, and you're really confused and you don't know what's happening, and you both take a point of damage.
Sneeze and glitter.
Oh dear. How
Brandon,
much
you were
can I
alright, weren't
see
you?
From the top
Yeah,
of these
I rolled a
shelves?
3. But what I do want to do is have a look and see if there's any like ventilation ducts or anything I can get in that is going to be too small for this house on legs to follow us.
Have a look.
All right. That's a 5. No, I don't think I find anything.
You don't find anything. No.
No.
Are these shelves actually pretty narrow? Are they wide enough for the aisles? Wide enough for the house to follow into?
Not necessarily.
How much can I see from the top of my shelf?
You can see endless fucking shelves.
Oh dear.
Like, just never-ending shopping mall shelves. In
dear.
the very, very distance, you think maybe there's another Santa's grotto. But it's not, like, the same. This one was sort of snowy. That one is more in, like, reds and greens and glitter. It looks more like a Candyland sort of themed thing.
I'm going to call up. Can you see any signs to the checkouts, or even just the toilets?
No.
Good question.
I mean, you can roll to piss if you really want to.
I don't really need to.
Mr. Sparkle? Was it Sparkles or Sprinkles? No, Sprinkles is dead.
Yeah.
Sparkles, you work here.
Yeah.
Where is the exit?
All right. From memory, you go all the way along the east quadrant, down the escalator, and then out the big revolving door.
Okay. Can I see an escalator from here?
Roll.
Oh, I don't trust any of these. Oh, there's a 1.
You can see signs to an escalator.
Ooh. Well, that seems like a sensible place to start.
House is here.
Oh, let's
Start
walk
running in that
that way!
direction along the top of the shelf.
Along the top of this roll.
I would like-
Hell.
Like, you know, it's flat on the
Yeah.
top.
Yeah, but you're gonna fucking fall. I would roll.
Yeah.
4. That's
Okay,
a
you don't
success.
fall.
While we're running, because there's like try and grab the opposite shelf of the aisle and try and pull some of the shelf down into the house's way as I'm running.
So let me get this
Good
straight.
idea.
So
Ginger is running on top of the shelves, and you are trying to knock them over.
I'm specifically pulling down the shelves on the opposite side of the
This will
aisle.
end badly.
Okay, go on.
Do it.
This is probably going to end badly. 2. That was a success. So I do pull the
Yeah.
shelves down.
You do
Yes.
pull the shelves down, but it's so much less fun if they don't all fall over like dominoes. So that's what happens.
Oh shit!
Start jumping from shelf to
So
shelf.
literally, like in films, domino
Yeah.
effect. This is a really, really long room, by the way, like really long.
Jumping ahead of the curve
Yeah,
if I
you
can.
roll to jump ahead. It's going to be a fucking high save.
I know.
Mate.
4. That's
You
not going
do
to be good
not
enough.
jump ahead. You get your foot caught, and it squashes your foot. There's a crunch.
Oh no!
Ouch.
I mean, I would say like a bone crunch, but I'm not sure you're made of bone. So more like a biscuity sort of crunch.
Biscuity sort of snap.
Yeah.
There's a smell of
Ugh.
cinnamon and ginger in there.
I guess I'm probably ducking, trying to avoid being crushed by these at the same
Yep.
time. That was a
Same.
fail. That was a 5.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Do I roll to avoid this as well?
Yes, go.
Has this made any difference in stopping the house?
Okay.
However?
The
That's a 4. I just make
house
it.
got stuck. It's got one of its legs, mate. So
Okay.
you made it. Good. The house has got stuck.
Yeah.
It's got one of its legs stuck in the shelves. It's going, which is the noise it now makes.
Oh dear. It's in
Okay.
distress. Perhaps we should help it.
No, I think
No, we're getting out of here, I think.
I'm a bit crushed. Like there's I'm limping heavily. There's blood streaking down one leg now.
I'm going to attempt to pull him free.
Thank you.
Any like candy canes and like strawberry laces around or anything we could make
Look
a
for
splint?
strawberry laces.
Nope.
No,
don't
there aren't
find
any
any.
fucking strawberry laces.
can't
I'm
splint your
sorry,
leg.
there just aren't. Yeah.
Let's keep limping.
However, there is some tinsel.
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 I'm going to pick it up with my cane, so I don't trust anything.
It does not attempt to bite you or anything. It's just
Is
tinsel.
there any sort of anything I could use as a splint around that I could tie around? The...
Are there fragments of shelving?
Yeah,
I
there are
think there's
plenty
those.
of shelf
I'm going
fragments.
to try and splint your leg
Okay, go for it.
with some tinsel.
Good luck.
Oh, it's a success. I didn't make it worse. It's a 3.
It's festive.
Okay, let's all limp as fast
I
as we
think you look
can.
very charming.
Oh, thank you. Well, while that house is still stuck, let's try and get to the escalators.
Excellent.
I guess now
Okay,
we're
yeah.
picking
you
our
keep
way
running
through
to
the ruins.
Yeah, okay, you keep running. You get to the
Yeah.
escalator. The escalator is not the usual colour an escalator is.
Oh.
Okay.
It's sort of red and sparkly and doesn't really have stairs.
Okay.
It's more like a moving red sparkly hill. You're like,
Okay,
it
so-
looks like liquid, actually.
I'm going to poke it with the cane.
Is it going?
Hurricane melts.
Oh. Is it going up
Oh.
or down?
Going down.
Not
Okay.
going to lie, me and liquids don't get on well.
I don't think I'd get on with that liquid
milk.
myself. I'd like to look around and see if there is perhaps something like a drink. I am going to look for an ice cream stand or similar.
There is an ice cream stand.
How much is there sufficient ice cream that I could begin rolling huge barrels of the stuff onto this molten strawberry sauce, whatever the fuck it is thing?
There are not barrels. There are those horrible, huge industrial plastic tubs.
Oh.
I would
You
like
get
to
like really
start.
shit ice cream.
I
you
would
know?
like to
Mayonnaise
start
comes in
hauling.
sometimes. You're
Yes.
like, why is there so
Yes.
much mayonnaise in one place?
Yes.
No one needs this much mayonnaise.
Yes, I'd like to start hauling tubs of industrial ice cream and throwing them onto the molten strawberry lace thing.
Okay, I mean, they're quite big, so you hear the tss, and they do start melting, but it's a slow process.
We'll look for other stuff we can throw in to
Yeah.
make a,
Yeah.
some sort of pathway.
Yeah, and the red liquid gets slightly pink as the ice cream flows out. It's really gross.
We're going to keep throwing stuff until we've got enough stuff to sort of jump our way and Mario
Well, like stepping
over it.
stones.
We're gonna Mario this.
Okay,
Right, come along, gentlemen.
Roll
Let's
to Mario.
run as fast as we can.
Okay. Oh shit!
2.
5.
oh, you. What was it that you injured last time? You injured a foot, didn't you?
Yeah.
It's your other fucking foot. Ah!
I'm going to try and pull him out with my cane as we go.
You have considerably less toes than you did. Take a point of damage.
You don't
Yeah, I also end up with a foot in the red stuff.
Oh, you end up with a foot in the red stuff as well. Okay,
Yeah.
well, one of your little elf shoes with the bells on dissolves entirely, as does a considerable part of the foot that was in it.
I would like to look
This is
around.
most unfortunate.
While you are hauling Brendan / Sparkle off the red waterfall of death, you see, peering around, you know how escalators have the sides? They're sort of like banisters, but for escalators? Peering around the side of the escalator, you see the face of a familiar movie star in a Santa hat. And he looks at you all and goes, "Ho, ho, ho!"
Merry Christmas!
And steps through the red waterfall with absolutely no ill effects. Gets down onto all fours in the red waterfall again with absolutely no ill effects. You hear no hissing. You don't know why. You just don't. And he looks at you all and he goes, "He knows if you've been bad or good, so be good for goodness sake. Roll a save."
Shit, I can't remember if that's good or bad. Oh, that's
Survive.
Glitter?
God
Just.
So you failed.
Yeah.
Samuel?
It's a 3, so I just survived that.
You were okay. Okay, so
Yeah.
these two, however, you find yourself coughing, and you both cough up a bauble with a happy face on. And you both take a point full of damage because it was a really big bauble. Your throat hurts.
That's the face.
Yes.
I'm down to 1 hit point at this point, 1 blood token at this point. So if, at this point it's like, "Ah!" And in a moment of panic, I rip open my present and see what the fuck might be inside.
It's a fucking space hopper. Because that was the first thing that I thought of.
I'm going to take the space hopper and try and whack what I am presuming to be Hollywood superstar Shia LaBeouf in the face with a space hopper.
It's definitely Hollywood superstar Shia LaBeouf. Make an attack.
This is going to go so badly. It went badly.
He fucking grabs a space hopper in his 2 hands and just takes a big bite out of it. His teeth are not like human teeth. They're like long, pointy-ass teeth. Now that you look at them, he opens his mouth and you see several layers going backwards. And he just bites this fucking space hopper. There is a really satisfying pop.
Oh, my.
And then he sort of crouches down and poises to spring on
gentlemen.
Shane.
Run!
So, yeah. You gonna run?
Yeah, I think I'm going to
Alright,
run in
cool,
circumstances.
Roll to run.
No, it's a
Nope.
failure.
How
Oh, shit.
high up
How
are
many
we
blood
still
tokens
on
are
this
you on?
escalator?
Well, assuming that one cost me 1, I'm down to 0. 1 more fail. Just literally anything that touches me will kill
I'm
me.
gonna say. It's only 35 minutes in.
Yeah,
Can I
hey,
tell you?
that's
Is
the
that-
way it works. That's
Okay.
the way it works.
I
You-
think
you-
it's 25.
It's
isn't it?
26
That's
minutes in,
counting
actually.
down.
You fucking failed.
Yeah.
So Shia LaBeouf fucking jumps on you and goes, "Merry Christmas!" and just takes a big bite out of your face. You two, what do you do?
I'm going to try and bash him around the head with my cane.
Okay, go.
Okay, I was going to try and just pitch him over the side of the escalator.
I
So
failed
you-
to run away though. Should I have lost anything for that, or did I just not get away right now?
He was the one who was
I
straight in
was the
front,
target.
like, which is
Cool.
why I didn't ask the two of you.
So I bash him with my cane.
Okay, so he takes 2 points of damage arbitrarily. Great. So you see him go, "Ah!" and then he rounds on you, having not finished feeding upon Shane. The body of Shane lies bleeding on the floor.
Is he dead?
He's very nearly dead. He could take 1 more attack, because that's how this game works. If you lose
Yeah.
all your blood tokens, you can pretty much take 1 more.
And I can't really do anything.
Not
risky.
particularly unless you
Yeah.
manage to like heal him or something.
Young Mr. Shane, you might want to run away.
I'm going to crawl and try and run away
I'll
while they're
try and
distracting him.
Hit him again.
You've just hit him. He's going to try and bite you.
Yeah.
Great, I'm going to take
Try
advantage of that and
and
run.
try and catch his mouth around the cane. Nope, didn't manage it.
Oh! He bites your cane in half.
Oh no. Does it at
And
least
also
have
bites a
jagged
bit of your
edges
hand
now?
as well.
That may
So,
wrong, yeah. Does it at least jagged ends now?
Can
I use it as 2
It is
daggers?
jagged ends. Yeah, it could be a
Lovely.
good weapon.
Then I will try and back away.
He catches the scent of Shane's blood. Gives a sniff.
I'm just running. I'm kind of
Licks a
like
bit of it off the floor.
going behind Sparkles so that he's in Shire's path.
He springs!
Okay,
Sparkles, roll a save.
okay.
I'm going to start running while he's distracted.
No!
Oh, maybe Oh dear.
That was a 6. I fail.
Oh shit! How many blood tokens are you on?
Me, I'm on 3 currently.
Okay, you're doing the best.
You're doing the best.
Sorry.
Well, you're
Out
about to
there.
lose one.
Okay, I mean, yeah, you're now on 2 because Shia LaBeouf takes a chunk out of your other shoulder because apparently evening up injuries is something that I find funny because I'm a twisted bitch. Yeah, you take...
Okay, can I try and bring my my box cutter up and plant it in his neck before I run away?
Yes, go.
Okay, this is going to go so poorly. Wait, no, that's a 1. I
Hey!
succeed.
You embed your fucking box cutters into his neck. And he
Okay.
takes another 3, we're going to say.
Yeah, that's like
He screams
whatever
and goes,
the
"That's
artery
not
is.
in the Christmas spirit!" And then tries to get the box cutters out of his neck.
Oh,
He's kind
no,
of
quite
subdued for a
rude.
minute. He sways a bit, looks a bit faint.
I am running like a
Can we make a move?
motherfucker.
Yes.
Good job, Sparkles!
Ah!
What did you want to do?
I'm gonna run.
Okay,
Yeah,
you're
we're
gonna
all
run as
running.
well. You're all running. Okay,
Yeah.
good. Where are you running to? So you've just gone down the escalator.
What is here?
There are more shelves ahead of you. But also, there are a lot of tills, actually.
Oh, lovely.
This looks like the sort of pricing area.
Okay,
There are some self-checkouts. There are some tills. There are people at the tills dressed as elves.
Do they
Okay,
look like they're swaying in the same way that Sprinkles was?
No, but they're scanning things that aren't there.
Uh,
Are they just
Move
making the
down,
noise?
darling.
As...
Bagging area.
Yeah. All that shit.
Surprising item in the bag. What does that even mean? Surprising item. It's a giraffe. I mean, it's a telescope. It's pretty surprising.
There is, in fact, a cuddly giraffe in one of the banking
Oh,
areas.
lovely.
how? Are there any scarves? Are there any cheerful Christmas scarves available?
There is, in fact, an aisle that says in big letters, "Cheerful Christmas scarves."
How convenient.
If we could take a brief stop and try and bind up some of our bleeding injuries with these.
I think that's a very, very good idea, actually, at this
Okay.
point.
Can I ask someone else to try and use these scarves
Yeah, why
Fucking
not?
miracles,
Go
you're
on.
not dead, mate.
to heal up?
One!
Yay!
Okay, you bind up Shane's other leg. Again, it's festive. This scarf has lots of snowman elements, much like the one that David Bowie wears at the start of Walking in the Air. If we
Oh.
remember that, yeah. The Snowman, even.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's the name of the film. That's just the song.
Song.
The rest of the film is not called Walking in the Air.
Yeah.
But yeah, the scarf that he wears in the weird intro to that's what your leg is wrapped up in. You can have a blood token back.
Yay!
Why not?
Oh.
You know what? You can have 2 because you're
Oh.
fucked.
I'm infused with the spirit of David Bowie.
Yeah. As many of the things in my games are.
Yes.
Um,
David Bowie remains a spiritual patron of Flintlocks and Fireballs.
Yes.
Oh, I feel much better.
Lovely.
Let's
slightly
keep
further
moving.
down the aisle from the cheerful Christmas scarves, there is another bit that says cheerful Christmas gloves.
Oh, how cheerful do they look?
Very, they're moving in ways they shouldn't be.
Oh, those are especially
You see,
cheerful.
and you look as well, for a start, when you first look at it, you're like, oh, what lovely Christmas gloves. They're sparkly, they've got snowmen on, Christmas trees, lots of exciting things. But as you look, you see in one particular area, 2 of them grab the edges of the basket that they're in,
Oh.
Oh, no.
start
Oh,
walking
no.
towards you, Adam's Family style, and then more of them
Oh no!
join in. The first gloves go, and the rest of the gloves sort of respond.
Again,
they all
time to
crawl
leave,
out.
I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Quickly to the pricing and/or scanning area.
One of the gloves
Yeah, I
jumps
think
on
that's a
Ginger,
good
all
idea.
safe.
One!
You're fine, you bat it
Stab
off.
it.
The glove goes,
I would like to, as we're running, can I keep an eye out for anything like a gumball machine or similar? Any sort of dispenser all vending type
Yes,
machine.
you can. There are in fact several gumball machines, all in Christmas colours. They say Christmas gumballs on them.
Fantastic. As we are running away, can I try and knock one of the gumball machines down to provide an obstacle to the pursuing mob of gloves?
You can do it. Go.
No.
And
No, you
suddenly
can't.
this has
You're
become
fucked.
Home Alone.
I'm imagining it sort of falls down and then it's just really fucking well made. It just boom.
Like two of the hands get distracted because they're excited about gumballs, but there's a good 30 of them. It's not
Oh
gonna happen.
shit!
Yeah, I mean there are plenty of things around. There are Christmas cakes. There are Christmas crackers. There are these are all different aisles. You have specific aisles in this shop for Christmas. There is a bakery. Yes, indeed.
Lovely. If we if we can't get out, can I recommend the bakery?
Let's run for the bakery.
Well,
Yeah.
maybe a way out first. Try that at least.
Right. Is there
Maybe
any
they have
sign
a
of
good
the
entrance.
big whirly revolving doors that should be the entrance / exit
Good
to this
lord.
place?
Ooh,
you wanna
wait,
go
there
see the
are
revolving
giant
doors?
revolving doors. Fantastic.
Yeah, if
Actually,
the,
I wouldn't
the
mind revolving doors. However, I would like to keep an eye out in case there's any pre-roll icing on the shelves
Okay.
as we
Yeah.
pass.
Good lord, there is.
Oh, I don't manage to grab any. I'm
I'm
too
interested as
concerned
to what
about
you
running
want
away.
it for. So there is purple icing. I've decided.
Yes, fantastic.
What the fuck do you want that for? Tell me.
I was just thinking of the equivalent of a first aid kit for Mr. Breadman.
If we could get some extra dough and a bit of heat, I could totally do with some new fingers.
And a new leg. You've got like one leg. Yeah.
yeah.
You're using the ragged remnants of your candy cane to hop along.
We have about half the functioning legs that, a party of this size should.
Yes. Yes, indeed.
All right, let's
the
run
trolley.
towards the whirly doors.
As you get to the whirly doors, they say, "Hello,
Hello.
Hello.
I am a door.
Hey.
Would you like to go through me?"
Yes, please.
Okay, you are welcome.
They don't usually do that.
Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas.
And a Happy New Year.
I go through a door.
Roll a save.
Nope.
Okay.
It's a 3.
This door, you don't know what's up with it, but you go in, and basically there are invisible knives on it. I don't really know how to show
no.
you that, but it turns around and it's fucking sharp and it hurts and it flings you back out.
Ow. That was unpleasant. Do I lose one of them?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Is there a shopping trolley nearby?
Yes, we're in a shop.
Yes. Quick, give me a hand. I'd like to take the shopping trolley with the aid of the others and shove it into the revolving doors and say, this shopping trolley would like to go through, please.
The dog goes,
Yeah.
"Okay, Merry Christmas!"
Merry
And
Christmas.
The shopping trolley.
And I'm turning the shopping trolley up so that it's like covering the height of one of us.
Okay. The door, sort of bashes against the shopping trolley. The shopping trolley is gradually breaking, but it can't really get a purchase. As this is happening, from behind you, you hear, "Who's been good?" There is a very familiar film star who is somehow wearing less clothes than when you last saw him.
Oh, no.
He's now not in a full Santa outfit. He is now in just the jacket and a sort of blood-stained wife fronts. Covered in blood everywhere else. The hat's still on. It's just a funny angle. The eyes are sort of bloodshot and terrifying. The teeth have somehow got bigger and are candy cane coloured. And he goes, "Santa Claus is coming to town," and springs towards you, Brandon.
Okay. Do I roll to evade?
Yes.
I do! That was a 1.
Hey, well done. So, Shia LaBeouf.
Rugby tackle out of the way.
Yeah, you grab him in midair, literally like a rugby player, and throw him to one side, and he does a sort of combat roll, and comes back up at a kind of impossible angle. Basically, he doesn't. He's not on all fours. He's backwards all fours, like The Exorcist. His hands are up behind his head. He's in crab posture. and he turns
Oh,
his
wow.
head round, so his head's the right way round, but his body's the wrong way round. And he
Oh.
crab crawls towards you, Ginger.
I'm going to run away towards the bakery.
Okay.
I'm going to try and do something, and I'm actually going to sacrifice a blood points. This goes straight to Shia to try and ensure it works. As Shia is going for Ginger, like, look over here! I'm tasty! Look at me! And I'm going to stand right in front of the revolving doors as I do
I'm
so.
delicious.
Okay.
Come for me! Come for me! And if he jumps...
Shia's like, and comes towards you.
Does he jump?
He does jump.
So
he
sacrificing
springs.
a blood token to make sure this works.
You're
As he
gonna die.
does so, I duck out of the way so that he lands in the shopping trolley, dislodging it and getting caught in the revolving knife doors.
Love that. Okay. Yeah.
Love it.
But in the process, I imagine just like, fucking like piece of trolley just jams into my side or
it
something.
rips your ear off. Man.
Ah!
Yeah. You're bleeding everywhere. It's awful. It's terrifying.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Can we put you in another trolley?
I'm gonna
and
run
push you?
after Ginger.
Shia, by the way, like some sort of horrible dog monster, like catches the ear out of the air with his teeth and just eats it as he's trying to get out of the revolving door. His like legs are getting a bit cut up, but he doesn't actually let that distract him. He's genuinely still eating your ear.
I'm mostly just hoping it does more than 1 point of damage.
No, it does. He takes a few. We're all good.
They'll put you in the trolley and
Yeah.
push a new trolley.
You
and
guys
push
have
the trolley
actually done
along.
some damage to him. Like, you were
Yeah.
impressive. So you're going towards the bakery.
Yes.
Yeah.
As it is
Okay.
a location we have established
Yeah.
exists, and I
You
don't
get to the
remember anything
bakery.
else.
At the bakery counter, there is a baker in one of those little plastic shower cap type baker hats. You know, the ones that keep all your hair in.
yeah.
One of those, but like not the net ones, like the plastic ones. And like baker gloves, and their heads at a funny angle. And they go, "Can I get you anything?"
Some dough, please, good sir.
Okay. And it's gonna come in, try and bite you.
I'm going to try and stab it
The
with
way
my...
that your head just
candy cane
revolved
knives.
as you said that.
It was horrifying. This won't work.
Was it like a full 180?
It was more than 180. It was at least 270. That's a failure.
Oh,
I'm
God,
on
you're
one.
really injured.
Yeah, I'm on
Jesus.
one.
So it takes a bite out of you.
Oh dear.
You're not dead, but like anything else in you will be. You're very close.
Fuck it. It's just me and Shane, I think, are both on one. So at this point, so not me and Shane. I am Shane. Me and Sparkles are both at one's like, Sparkles, give me a hand. And I'd like, especially if Sparkles will help me, to try and shove the baker into the oven.
Yep, definitely helping him with
Go
that.
for it, yeah. You can do
First
it
roll?
effectively with advantage because there's two of you.
Oh, great. Let's roll two of these and I'll hope that one of them's a 1. One of them was a 1!
The other was a 6.
Okay.
You shove the baker into the oven. She falls backwards and she goes, "We have a 2-for-1 special on gingerbread," and then she just like dies.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's
Okay,
horrifying.
let's grab as much
dough and
dough as we can. Start patching up ginger and get. We'll mix in some ginger as well, so if we can find pounded
Of course,
ginger.
otherwise it
wouldn't be gingerbread.
you wouldn't be gingerbread,
Yeah,
and it wouldn't
and
work.
then
So.
and I guess we'll shove her into the oven as well. Him into the oven as well.
Oh, I think I'm alright unbaked, to be honest.
Oh, are you?
I'll be all right.
Okay.
Okay, you're gonna have 2 blood tokens back for
Yay.
sheer innovativeness.
Brilliant.
I'd like to look.
All right.
Is there a goods entrance?
I'm gonna
to this
say
bakery?
yes.
I'm actually going to have a look around and see, like, if this is a big baking oven, are there, like, those long spatulas that they use for taking trays of bread in and out?
Oh, the ones that are almost like trays on sticks, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So big. Yes, there are, because they would.
Yeah.
Be definitely.
Okay, I'm going to use grab one of them and then use it kind of like as a rudimentary weapon.
Excellent. That's a great weapon. It's also red hot for like the next. How long do things stay red hot for? Like 5 minutes.
Yeah, let's say that.
Yeah,
Sure,
so-
why not?
So if anything
Yeah.
gets too soon, it's hot as well.
Yeah.
Um,
Excellent.
It's 13 minutes
Yeah.
all the time.
I'd.
there is not exactly a goods entrance, like where,
Yeah.
to answer your question, where vehicles would come in or anything like that. But there is a chute where you assume parcels should go.
Oh, wait a minute. Are there rock cakes?
Yes, I'm going to say yes, there
I
are.
will take one of the aprons, one of the baker aprons with their nice capacious pouches, and I will shove rock cakes in there so I have throwing ammunition.
That's a very good idea.
Yeah.
I'm
It's,
assuming these are like Blackpool rock cakes as well. Just
They're
for
like,
fun.
they're like fucking Hagrid's rock.
Oh, fucking hell, yeah,
If
no,
you
we're
bit
good.
one of them, they would break your teeth. Like, they are proper rock cakes, as it were.
I would like to look for a gumdrop to replace the one on my jacket.
Okay.
Oh.
Roll.
1!
You find a gumdrop!
Hey!
Brilliant.
Okay.
There is also a Christmas tree in the corner.
Oh, maybe we should shove
Throw
it
a
Was
down.
rock at it.
Was it there a minute ago? You're not sure.
Yeah, maybe we should shove that down the passageway first.
Yeah.
I don't know if touching it's a good idea.
Oh,
The
maybe
Christmas
not.
tree starts spinning.
Yeah,
And
no.
Okay, down the
Alarming
hatch!
Christmas
Down the hatch!
music.
Down the hatch!
One of you's got to touch it for it to go down the hatch.
No, I mean I'm going
can I-
down the
Oh,
hatch.
you're going down the hatch. Okay,
Yeah.
roll save.
Fucking hell. No, that's a 2. I'm down to 0 if that was harmful.
Got fucking teeth. It's
Ah!
Try and drag him
Yeah.
out.
Get back
I'm
down to
gonna
0.
try and
Pull him
smack it
out.
out of the way.
The Christmas tree is just slowly revolving and coming towards all of you, playing this increasingly alarming Christmas music. The baubles start vibrating.
I'm going to pull him out the chute, and
Yeah.
I think it's time we go somewhere else.
Okay.
One of the baubles flings itself at you, Ginger.
Nope, don't dodge that.
You lose a blood token.
Oh no, right in the eye.
It explodes and it sort of pisses out like hot maple syrup.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think
What-
I'm melting.
using Ginger being a, I mean, actually no, I can't attack. I've got no health, so I'm just gonna keep running. Just running back out the bakery at this point.
Yep.
Yeah.
Goods entrance doesn't seem to be working.
The Christmas tree is getting quite fast, so...
Let's try and find the employee lounge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sparkles, you'd know the way.
one thing we have on this thing is that we can move faster than it.
Can we?
Christmas tree is
For now.
decently fast but outrunnable right now.
Okay,
Okay.
Yeah.
Employee lounge then.
let's try and find the fucking employee
Staff
lounge.
entrance.
Staff entrance, something like that.
Okay.
Sparkles, which
Yeah.
way?
Okay. It'll be along this, underneath the mezzanine, and there should be a door that says staff only.
There is indeed a door that says staff only. You open it. There are several staff in there.
Oh shit!
One of them is reflexively opening and closing the microwave as though they've left a cup of tea in there and they're trying to get it out. Another one is buttering a slice of bread that has gone kind of mouldy and looks like it's kind of been there for ages. Another one is just pressing a button on the coffee machine. The same one, coffee is overflowing onto the floor like they've just been doing it for ages and ages and ages. There are two people who are sort of gesturing over and over again as though they're having like an argument in the staff room, but they're sort of going through the motions, like they're going "Ugh, ugh, ugh," as though they're just having this like 30 seconds of an argument that's happening. There's somebody just walking up and down from the toilet like they started going and then got stuck in a loop. There's a lot of them, like a lot.
Is there a first aid kit anywhere?
There is, in fact, right in the far corner of the staff room, past all of these people.
Don't mind us, just us normal staff people doing.
Yes, definitely.
doing staff
I'd like to
things.
try and see if I can
Isn't
plot.
the boss a
Yes.
mean old man?
Oh, yes. As you
Oh,
can
this is
see-
the A shift. No, we're the B shift.
Yeah, as
Yes,
you can
oh
see.
dear, yes.
Yes.
Roll, I guess the equivalent of charisma saves? Like, I
I'm
want to know
just
how well it
following.
acts.
I'm following Ginger's lead.
Oh, that's a failure.
Okay. Then Nex will turn around and look at you.
Hello.
We brought gifts, and I would just like to unload the rock cakes. Look, there are donuts. There are baked goods for everyone. Everyone should have some because that is the appropriate employee thing to do.
One of the lady who is midway through an argument goes, "Well, it is Tim's birthday."
Yes.
Happy
Goes
birthday.
over and gets a rock cake. Starts
Happy
eating it.
birthday to Tim.
All the employees go back into their loops to say this is normal.
Yeah, I'm going to slide all around there, and I'm going to search the first aid kit for morphine, painkillers, anything.
Morphine in an obvious fucking first aid kit. You'd be lucky if you get paracetamol, mate.
I meant to say ibuprofen, but apparently I have some problems.
It's not ibuprofen, because last time I was at work and I asked if they had painkillers at first aid. They didn't.
Oh,
and I was in pain
hell.
and I didn't get any, and
Well,
it wasn't legal to give me any, so there are no fucking painkillers.
That's really shitty. Are there at least some child bandages?
There are bandages and plasters and wound swabs.
Can I try and apply some first aid to myself and Sparkle?
You can. Yes.
Sparkle might need to roll for that, however, because I have no blood token.
Fair, yeah. Sparkle.
Okay. Oh, that's a 6. No.
It's like, I feel like maybe our injuries have progressed beyond the point where colourful, animal-coloured plasters will help.
Yeah, I'm feeling like massive blood loss is a bit beyond what they can really deal with.
But there's an eye wash
Still,
kit. That could be really useful.
Still, they're quite decorative though.
I'm gonna say through a lot of animal plasters, like you use up the fucking packet.
Yeah.
You both get 1 token.
Yeah, I'm back on 1.
You don't get 2 because it's shit, but you get 1.
I'd like to take
Okay,
the eye
I've got
wash kit
3.
as well.
Right.
You're on 3. You're doing well, good.
Nah.
Yeah.
No, those are the ones that he's lost.
No, Sam's on 3.
Oh, Sam's on 3.
Yeah.
Jeez, how
Yeah.
are you still on 3?
No, I've just regained 1. That's why.
Yes, but everyone else is pretty much dead.
Oh no, and you keep that because if Shia eats me, he can only gain the 4 that I still have because I
I've
surrendered
written
1.
yours down.
Yeah, because I surrendered 1.
Okay, cool. Right.
Okay, let's carry
there
on
another
past this staff room.
I mean, there must be a staff exit, mustn't there, out back?
Let's take a
Yeah,
look.
it should be near the smoking area.
There is, in fact, a smoking area.
Ooh.
Oh,
I've never approved of smoking, but
we are
right
definitely
now,
post 1997 here.
The smoking ban has happened. You're not sure what year it is because the GM or SM has not decided, but we cannot smoke in the staff room. We are not there. So
Does this work like Left 4 Dead, where you pick where cigarettes heal a small amount of health just from the no.
Cigarettes do not make you healthier. That's not a thing.
Yeah, let's not establish that.
We're not doing
that as a rule. Yeah, let's again carefully avoiding everyone while it's because they're busy celebrating Tim's birthday. Let's
Where is Tim? I should
strip.
wish him happy birthday.
Aww.
Happy
Don't. He'll
birthday,
probably try and
Tim.
eat you.
Okay, then
Are you
shall we
going-
progress?
Are you going to the smoking area?
Yes.
Okay.
Is it on fire?
Is it on fire?
It's not on fire.
Feels like it should be.
There are several.
Don't give the DM ideas.
Around the smoking area. There are about 20 employees who are inside that you can see, but also you assume outside. You can see through the sort of glass door, and there are people outside milling about with a lit cigarette.
Okay, I think I'm getting an idea how this works. So I'd like to take the package from the now used up animal plasters kit, rip it into 3 pieces, roll those pieces into like little rolls, pass each of us one and go like, does anyone have a light? I forgot mine.
One of
If
them.
my spatula is still hot enough, I will light it off that.
Oh, that works.
Okay.
We'll light our fake cigarettes, put them in our mouths as well.
I don't know about this. And I'm smoking it like someone who's never held a cigarette.
As you're fake smoking, very, very convincingly, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Ginger's got like 3 in their mouth. They're doing it wrong. But the employees all take this as read because obviously it's zombie smoking, so they're not paying attention to how you're actually doing it. Let's
good.
be honest. As you are putting your fake cigarettes into your mouth, you see, wearing even less clothing. He's now entirely naked except for a Santa hat, which is the worst image ever, and covered in blood.
This is like the
with a
most
bit of a
sinister
mashed up leg,
striptease
actually.
ever.
Yeah, with a bit of a mashed up leg from the revolving door, which he's clearly just got out of. Shia LaBeouf fucking backwards crabs over to you like the Exorcist across the ceiling and just goes poof and drops down in front of the door of the smoking area and goes...
Question, are we trapped in the smoking area now?
You are inside where the smoking area would be. If that, like the smoking area is outside.
So is
you are inside.
Is he... Okay, so he's blocking the escape.
He's blocking
from
the door to
smoking
the
area.
escape, yeah.
Like, ah! I'm going to point at him and say loudly to the assembled zombie smokers, "That man is in the smoking area but not smoking! That's against regulations!"
The zombies all look up at him. He goes, "He knows when you're awake." The zombies look back down.
Ah, shit.
Oh dear.
What's the next line, anyone? He knows if
You've been bad or good.
That's the one, yeah.
Be good for
Goodness
goodness
sake.
sake. Oh!
He jumps at you.
2. Nope.
He takes your arm off, your entire arm.
Oh no.
He's got an arm sticking out of his
Now
mouth.
then, there's no need for that. I'm going to try and stab him with a candy cane.
Go for it. Give it a go.
I'm going to try and bash him on the at the top of the head with the flat of the spatula.
Go on.
Ooh, it's still hot.
Nope, fail.
Oh, okay, so what happens is Ginger tries to go for him with the candy cane. He literally just... You've got 2 ends of it, yeah? He just eats one of them.
Oh,
just
no.
full on eats it. In
no.
with the arm. The arm goes and sort of folds backwards into his mouth. He swallows it with superhuman speed along with the candy cane. And then your spatula, basically what he does is he just... It's still hot, right? It's still red hot.
Genial.
And he just puts his hand up and holds it there and just looks at you. With his flesh just sizzling, like, not caring at all. You hear his flesh, you smell like barbecue smell from roasting flesh. He does not give a shit. And he bats your spatula out of the way after slightly too long of this. And he tries to bite your fucking nose off, mate. Make a save.
Oh.
Okay.
While he's distracted with that, I'm going to crawl out and
I
run.
fail.
You fail. How many blood tokens are you on?
3.
Okay, so you're alright. He does bite your nose off. It is the worst thing any of you have ever seen. He crunches the nose like it's a fucking almond. And
I mean, if he's eating sparkles, then he's not standing in front of the door, so I'm just going to fucking run.
give it a
Crawl
go.
for it.
Give it a go. Try and run.
I mean, I can't really try. I can just hope that I'm just going to crawl
got
behind
no
Ginger
tokens
and hope that he gets to reach a point where he gets distracted. All I can do is hide.
Roll one last save if you get a 1.
No!
You don't get a 1. He literally, you leap towards the door. He leaps towards you, backwards crab style again, Exorcist, we are thinking. And he bites the bottom of your spine and full on pulls your fucking spine out with his teeth.
I'm going to try to pull
and
sparkles
eats it.
away while this is happening.
He is chomping away. Make a save.
Hey, 1!
My god,
1!
actual success!
Oh, that hasn't happened in
Okay.
so long. Oh.
He is now, Shia LaBeouf is now feeding, which does mean that he gets all of your blood tokens.
Yep, all 4
So,
of
are
those I
you
didn't
going
spend.
out the door? So you rolled a success to get
Yeah,
out the
to
door.
pull sparkles out the door.
Alright.
Oh, my nose.
Okay.
What a lovely day for a smoke.
You both get out the door. The employees are all looking towards Shia feeding. The Christmas music strangely continues. You walk away. Obviously, you take fucking Sparkles to A&E because he doesn't have a nose, one would imagine.
And a chunk out of my arm.
Yeah, and just this whole time, the Christmas music continues.
I
don't
hum
quite know
along
why.
to it.
Eventually, you patch yourselves up. You go home. Sparkle's family, I imagine, are horrified. And you try and have the rest of your Christmas. And at the end of your Christmas, you're at that point where you've had Christmas dinner, you're kind of drunk. Like, it's happened, you know, your family are a bit pissed, everyone's fallen asleep. And you look under the tree, and there's a present there, without a label.
I open it immediately.
Everything goes white. And this little voice goes, He knows if you've been bad or good. So be good for goodness sake. And that's the end of the game.
Hey!
Thank you for listening to that
Brilliant.
fucking debacle, listeners.
That was wonderful.
You can tell how much prep I did. But yeah, I hope you
It
all
was
had a
wonderful.
good time. Thank you all very much for listening. Thank you all very much for playing.
Thank you
From
for
all of
running
us
it.
here at Flintlocks and Fireballs, Merry Christmas, Fair Seas, and Natural 20s.
Hey, it's Christmas time, it's Christmas time.
Christmas,
Christmas, Christmas, Christmas time. Well, Merry Christmas, all and rhyme. Christmas, rhyme, and Christmas time.
Christmas
Christmas time.
Christmas.